Hisui sees me out as I leave for school. She hands me my bag, pauses for a moment, then hesitantly opens her mouth.
出過ぎたこととは存じますが、質問をお許しください。昨夜はどうなされたのですか?
It's better if you don't know. Honestly, Hisui. It's better that you don't know.
雨に当てられて貧血を起こしただけ。これからは気をつける。
Yeah. I mean, she knows it's bullshit, but...
ただ、今朝の式様はひどく無理をしているように見えます。
I mean, he did... Well, he believed... Well, I don't want to say he believes he murdered someone, because technically he did. Arcuied straight up says she has to, like, revive. Not just regenerate, she had to revive. So, I mean, I guess... He did kill her, but... Yeah. But he believes she's dead, you know. She bows a deep farewell. I've managed to act naturally enough to fool Akiha and Kohaku, but not Hisui, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, no, Hisui knows what's up. She's hard to read at the best of times, but I can tell she's concerned about me. I thank her in my heart of hearts as I wave for goodbye. This is the last time I'll ever see this sight. Don't be so melodramatic. My homecoming only lasted for 2 days in the end, but I should be grateful for the time I've had. Right, yeah. If this day of execution can last just a little longer, I want to go to school and see my friends and teachers the final time before I have to leave them all behind. If I can say one last ordinary goodbye, if I can live out one last day with no regrets, that will be a better ending than I deserve. Man, I mean, I guess to be fair, nah, I already went over this, but yeah, if I, like, for some reason, like, just went nuts for, like, 10 minutes and murdered someone and I came to and I realized what I did, I'd probably be pretty low on self-esteem too. I'd be like, oh god, what have I done? So you know what, yeah, okay. My inner turmoil notwithstanding, this morning is the same as any other. More and more school uniforms dot the streets the closer I get. My legs feel like they're going to quit at any moment, but I force them to keep walking. I pass through the station square and continue towards school. I know this route well. I've walked it for 2 years. The school gates are just on the other side of this crossing. The light turns red, so I stop at the curb. I can see the school's perimeter wall across the street. Protected by the guardrails lining the sidewalk, a steady stream of students is headed for the gates. There's no one but Soya High students on these streets at this time of day. At least, there shouldn't be. And yet, through the rush of passing cars, I catch a glimpse of white. You know what I never understood? How was Arcuied not noticed by CL? That never made sense. You'd think CL would have taken notice. I don't know. Hey, Arcuied. Yeah. It's her. Ethereal, white, undeniable. Golden hair shimmering like the sun. Long, thin eyebrows framing crimson eyes. Though I've only ever seen her once before, I could never mistake her. But this isn't possible. Yesterday I dismembered her with my own hands, tore her to pieces, rended her to chunks of bloody flesh. So why? Why is this creature slash woman I murdered Wait, Arcuied's route didn't have creature, did it? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure in Arcuied's route it was just, why is this woman I murdered so alive and whole? It didn't have creature and... Now I want to go back and look, because Yeah, I'm gonna check after I'm done recording this. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe it was there in Arcuied's route, but I don't think it was. The traffic light turns green. The students surrounding me start to cross the street. I'm the only one who hangs behind, standing motionless on my side of the road. She sits there on the guardrail, casually swinging her legs back and forth. It almost seems like she's waiting for something, or someone. I have no way of telling how long she's been waiting, but her expression is relaxed and unassuming. Is she really waiting for someone? Yeah. Her restless movements betray a nervous excitement, as if she were waiting on a lover. Well, hold on. She's waiting? Who is she waiting for? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it incredibly obvious? I would do the same thing. Anyone would. If I were killed by someone, if I could, I'd go straight after the person who did it. I've got a terrible feeling about this. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. Ugh. It feels as though my spine wants to burst out through my mouth. The woman in white looks my way. Our eyes meet. We're thinking the same thing. Everything is exactly what I was afraid of. No, this is all just a coincidence. It has to be. Yeah, surely. There's no reason to feel like this. We've never met. No connection exists between the two of us. Surely. She's just a stranger that looks like her. Yep, for sure. She's got to be waiting for someone else. The only other explanation is that this moment I'm experiencing is a nightmare. If it weren't, then there'd be no way a dead person could be alive and walking around. Not after being dismembered like that. So why? Why is she looking at me with that wicked smile on her face? Yeah. That satisfied grin of someone who has just spotted their killer. As if to say, I've been waiting for you. The woman pushes herself off the guardrail and raises her hand in greeting. She lightly brushes her hair back as she turns to face me. And cue the running. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, huh? It's just a bad dream. Is it? Is it really though? I mean, hang on. The traffic light blinks red. The woman waltzes through the oncoming traffic without even flinching once. She's less than 3 meters away now. I don't know whether this is a dream or reality. It's not gonna happen. I shout at her, but it changes nothing. I've got to escape. I have to get away from the woman in white. I run. I run with all my might. Without a shred of shame or concern for my reputation, I run, pushing and shoving my way through passerby as my feet strike the pavement. Run, motherfucker, run! My breath grows ragged, and my heart pounds and screams for me to stop. But I can't stop running. My face must look unrecognizable, etched with such exhaustion and pain. My vision gets distorted by the tears stinging my eyes, My throat burns, my lungs squeeze and twist to wring out my breath. I'm shaking uncontrollably. It feels like the tendons in my hands might tear from the convulsions. My feet hit the ground haphazardly, legs moving without the time to think where they land. Each step sends a numbing shock up my thighs. That's fine. Even if my legs tear themselves to shreds, that's fine. Just, if I stop running here, I might lose my mind. I look over my shoulder. I can see the woman in white casually coming my way. All doubt vanishes from my mind. She's following me. Uh-huh. The woman I killed is following me. That alone is plenty of reason for me to lose my mind. My heart feels like it might explode, but I ignore it and keep running. Whenever I look around, she's still there, sauntering behind me as if she were taking a simple stroll, while I keep fleeing with all my might. I tilt my head to the skies. My arms feel heavy. All sensation has long abandoned my legs. I'm running faster than I ever have in my life. So why can't I shake her? Why can't I outrun her leisurely pace? I'm completely out of breath. I don't even know how many kilometers I've run at full speed. And she's still behind me, walking, with all the effort of someone out for a stroll, but she never fails to lag behind. Like the image of a ghost seared into my proverbial rearview mirror. Yeah, and here comes the delirium. There's nothing funny about the situation, but I can't help but laugh. Or not delirium, that's the wrong word. I literally used it back in Arcuied's route for this scene. The hysteria. There we go. Why does that laugh sound like a supervillain laugh? A stream of laughter bursts out. I keep running. My body screams that I might collapse and die if I continue, but still I keep running. It's clear why I have to run. The second she catches me, she'll kill me. Understandably so, yeah. I don't have any basis for thinking that, but I know better than anyone that I'd be fooling myself if I tried to laugh it off. I don't need reasons or evidence. It's just how the world works, to reap what I've sown. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. Since I killed her, she now has the right to kill me. It's as simple as that. It's a simple fact that my life will end the second I get caught. And we've now effectively cornered ourselves. I fall, sprawling pathetically on the ground. I didn't even stumble or trip. My limbs just couldn't carry me a single step further. Now I'm curious if this scene back here will change. I'm leaning towards no. I feel like day 4 is gonna be pretty much the same, aside from those first 20 minutes or so. So we'll see. I crawl across the ground to the wall. With my palms against the stone, I will myself to get back up on my feet, but it's no use. The second I lift myself up off the ground, my knees give out and I fall back down with a thud. I can no longer move my body, not even an inch. Yeah. I throw my head backwards and wheeze for air. It hurts. I can't get enough oxygen at all. My brain is starving. I can't think. I can't make sense of what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Why? How? Is the woman I killed still alive? I cut her down perfectly. Thoroughly. I massacred her in the most extreme way possible. So how could she be waiting outside of my school? How could she just sit there and smile at me when I arrived? Yeah, that you did, yeah. That's right. I definitely killed her. And yet, this is actually a dope image. I definitely killed her, and yet... Why?
あれ追いかけっこはもう終わり
Yeah. The sound of footsteps coming closer. A subdued noise that echoes through the alley. The woman shrugs her shoulders as if disappointed and speaks to me as I lie slumped against the wall.
こんにちは。昨日は本当にお世話になったわ。
Yeah, you're welcome. She faces me with a carefree smile. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know what to make of her expression. Still wearing that smile, she brazenly enters the closed-off alleyway.
それとこれ、忘れ物。
Huh?
困るのよね。証拠になるようなものを落とされちゃう。
A black object lands in front of me with a light thud. My bag. I hadn't even noticed I'd lost it yet. No. Hold on. What did she just say? Incriminating? Did she just say incriminating? Shit, I've got to get out of here. I urge my legs to move, only to push my back harder into the concrete wall blocking my way.
追いかけっこは終わりなんでしょ
No, well, yeah.
だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
Yeah, that's true. The woman looks oddly cheerful. A dead end? With no one around? Yep. I look around in a panic, then curse myself for my stupidity. Why the hell did I decide to flee here of all places? It's like I'm begging to be killed. Maybe you are.
あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
Yeah, you got us. The woman takes another step toward me.
お前
Hmm?
何？
お前は確かに
ええ、昨日あなたに殺された女よ。
Yeah, it's
覚えていてくれて嬉しいわ。
Yeah, of course we did. It's the response I least wanted to hear, regardless of whether this is real or not.
ふざけるな。死んだ人間が生きてるはずがないだろ。
Well, I mean, you haven't met her.
そうだけど、そう驚くことでもないんじゃない？
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
単に殺された後生き返っただけなのか。
Oh yeah, you just revived. Oh, okay. Sure, surely. The woman says it as if it's nothing, coming ever closer. The space between us shrinks steadily.
生き返った。
Meow. I sit in a daze as I digest what she's told me. She came back to life? Does she mean came back from the brink of death? What, did she go to a doctor and undergo an operation to bring herself back? No.
バカにすんな。
Yeah.
あんなに手足をバラバラにされて生き返る人間がいるもんか。
Yeah, that's the thing though. She's not human.
うん。だって私人間じゃないもの。
Yeah. Pretty simple when you put it that way. Her words are too simple to interpret any other way. I'm not human. That's what the woman just told me.
人間じゃない。
No.
当たり前でしょ。手足をバラバラにされて一人でに再生できる人間がいると思う？
That's a good point. Yeah. No human could. That much is fact. If someone could, they might look like a human, but no way they'd be considered the same anymore. Someone who can die and come back to life. A being that doesn't care if it ceases to breathe. One that can recover fully, even after being cut to pieces. Something that may look human, but definitely can't be called one. It appears that's the true form of the woman in front of me. I tried to laugh at the situation, but my throat's too wrecked to let any sound through. It's reality, apparently. It isn't funny enough to be a joke. And even if it were a joke, it all fits together a little too well. I mean, she's got a point. If she's not human, then it could actually be possible for her to come back to life, even after being massacred in such a way. Yeah, it's funny, huh? My mind finally starts to settle down. I recall the words of the one who saved me so long ago. First, I need to take a good look. Then I need to think everything through. That's the type of situation I'm in right now. Yeah. Well, you know, just a vampire, you know, pretty simple.
私は吸血鬼って呼ばれてるけど、わかりやすく言えば人の血を吸って生きてる怪物かな。
Even though you don't really do that, aside from that, you know, that one time, but you know, that's the whole thing. That's much better. Her being, well, no, yeah. Her being a vampire makes all of this easier to understand. Even I know what a vampire is. They may just be the stuff of legends, but I doubt there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of them. Bram Stoker wrote a famous book about them once. In Western fiction, they're often described as undying monsters in human form. Sometimes they're also described as bloodsuckers, which is what they are in a nutshell. They're monsters that drink blood, so of course they're not human. Yeah, should have known. It sounds so ridiculous. Just saying it out loud nearly makes me burst into a mad laugh. I'm going to get killed any moment now, yet I feel incredibly calm about it. Yeah, what can I say? I just don't have the energy to care anymore. Not that it would do any good. Yeah, I guess not. She seems satisfied as she peers down at my pathetic figure. Wait, I thought vampires weren't able to walk around in broad daylight. No, never mind. That's really not something for me to be focused on right now. Yeah. Gee, I wonder what? I blurt out the words in a fit of frustration. The woman looks taken aback for a moment. Like, yeah, you murdered her 18 hours ago. What do you mean? Oh no, less than that. She had to revive for a couple hours, so... probably like 20 hours. She crosses her arms in front of her chest, looking me over with a small pout. Yeah, bro, I don't know. I don't know what that question was for, really.
あなたは見ず知らずの私を会った瞬間にバラバラに殺してくれたのよ。それで何の用だなんてよっぽど手慣れているみたいね。
Yeah, I mean, you would think that, but actually no. She looks more baffled than angry. I mean, yeah. But I could say I'm equally baffled. I mean, the woman I killed with my own two hands is standing right in front of me, grumbling that I had the gall to kill her. I mean...
ちょっと、聞いてるの？殺人狂。
Yeah, I'm sort of listening. Half listening.
ああ、聞いてる。我ながらものすごい悪運持ちだなって。
Yeah.
締めてるところなんだ。
First victim, and she's a vampire who has enough power to revive herself, even after being thoroughly killed. It's a pretty rough draw.
悪いけど、ちょっと黙っててくれないか。
You know, I gotta respect the fact that he has the balls to just say, just be quiet. Like, even she's like, damn, okay, fine. Like, sheesh. I need something to blame. Otherwise, I'll end up destroying myself. And I've learned just how bad my luck is, though it's a little late for it. For whatever reason, I was overcome by the urge to kill this woman. So I rode the urge till I'd finished the job. I was so desperate over everything that happened. I was ready to find some way to atone for it all. Only to find the person I killed wasn't even human. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I wonder, does that require I mean, she didn't do anything to you, right? So it's like, I break out in laughter. But it's not all bad news. If the woman I killed really has come back to life, that means I haven't killed anyone. Yeah, I guess. I might have performed the act of killing, yet she's still alive and well. Well, saying she's well would probably be a little much, you know what I mean? At the very least, that's something for me to take comfort in. That's right. If I didn't kill anyone, then everything might be fine. Tonoshiki could actually go back to his normal day-to-day life. Sure, in exchange for that, I'm now being hunted down by a deranged lunatic, but that's still better than being a murderer. Yeah, I guess so. It's still a case of bad luck, but it's bad luck of the very best kind. I feel like it could be better, but you know, though the whole situation might be ridiculous, at least I'm not the only one who's crazy.
いいよ、落ち着いた。言いたいことがあるんだろう。文句でも恨みでも。
Yeah,
思う存分言ってくれ。
there are a few different lines in here, for sure. So it is a bit different.
そりゃ言いたいことはいっぱいあるけど、あなた変わった人ね。
You know,
吸血鬼を前にして何その態度。
this, I mean, it is what it is.
悪かったな。必死に居直ってるんだよ。そうでもしないと自分で自分を殺しかねない。
Yeah. If she's going to kill me, I wish she would get it over with. I've already dealt with my body giving out on me for 7 years now. No matter how terrible the act, I am prepared to recognize that it really happened. And then again, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have to deal with a situation like this in the first place. The woman gives me a drawn-out look. Her gaze is sharp, but I don't sense any hostility. This is all so backwards. Isn't it natural to want an eye for an eye? Shouldn't she be itching to pay me back?
何ジロジロ見てるんだ。
Hmm.
お前は俺に復讐しに来たんだろ。なら。
ええ、確かに殺されたら殺し返すのがセオリ
Yeah,
ーよね。
it'd be fair.
それがお望みならしてあげるけど、とりあえず今はパスかな。
Yeah, you're not
それ
you're not worth
損
it.
益が合わないから。
Her eyes are firmly fixated on me.
ねえ、反省してる？
Yes.
え、
My eyes widen in surprise. Her words just sounded so out of place.
私を殺しちゃったことを反省しているのかって聞いてるの。それでね、もしあなたが反省しているのなら許してあげようかなって。あなた、人間にしては嘘が下手そうな感じだし。
Yeah.
反省って。
I mean,
俺が
he was about ready to kill himself. I mean, so yeah.
うん。 あなたがごめんなさいって言ってくれれば私としてはそれでいいよ。
Sounds like a pretty good deal. I can't believe it. Not just the part where my murder victim is telling me she'll forgive me. I can't believe how amazingly gentle she sounds.
もうこっちが真面目に聞いているんだからちゃんと答えるのが
Yeah,
筋ってものでしょ。
Go on, lad.
ほら早く答えて。反省しているのかしていないのかそこをはっきりさせないと先に進めないんだから。
Do I regret it? That goes without saying.
そりゃ
But I hesitate before I can finish. Can I do this? I've already admitted my crime to myself, but I still haven't dared say it aloud. Did he hesitate like this in Arcuied's route? I don't remember. Some deep part of me is convinced that if I do, I can. No, I remember this line. If I do, I can never go back to the life I had. I remember that. Maybe this whole thing did. Okay.
そりゃ何？
My tongue dries up in my mouth. My throat goes numb, begging me not to speak. But I can't run from this. It's something I have to face. I think someone who believed in me told me something similar once. If you truly want to live a normal life, then face your own sins. Yeah. All this, yeah. It did happen, I'm pretty sure. Face your own actions. Never ever look away.
そりゃ
Yeah.
後悔してる。なんであれ。俺は人を殺してしまったんだから。
I wring my confession from my chest. Just as I did last night in CL's apartment. I killed this woman. I killed her with no mercy, for no reason. Purely for my own gratification.
そのことを後悔も反省もできる。できるのなら。
If I could be permitted such a cheap gesture.
何度でも頭を下げる。でもそれは意味のないことだ。事実として俺はあんたを手にかけた。だから。
What I did was unforgivable. That she was somehow resurrected is no excuse. Tonoshiki murdered the very woman he sees before him. I'm guilty of a violation of the highest order. Of an act of unfathomable violence.
だからあんたは俺に復讐していい。俺が逃げたのはお前が怖かったからじゃない。俺は俺自身の行為から逃げていただけだった。
Slumped against the alley wall, I confess my sins to the empty air. It's as if I've finally woken up. I've spent the past day in a fugue, in a fragile, transient dream. In a brief refuge from the reality of my own depravity. But now at last, it's time to pay the piper.
そっか。いい人なんだね、あなた。
Nah, that's a pretty quick judgment. Nani? I look up at her in surprise. She's smiling. She might call herself a vampire, but her expression is perfectly sweet and honest.
決めた。やっぱりあなたには私の手伝いをしてもらうわ。
Okay.
は
You're like, what? The heck? Her smile is different now. More meaningful, less innocent. Help? She wants me to help her?
おい、手伝いってなんだ
You know, just
だから、
be a
あな
meat
たを許
shield.
してあげる代償。
Okay.
この町に根付いている吸血鬼の始末をちょっと手伝ってもらおうかなって。
Yeah, pretty easy, right? Pretty simple. I don't understand any of this.
待て、許す代償ってなんだ、っていうかそんな簡単に許せるのか、そもそも吸血鬼の始末って、お前自分のことを吸血鬼って言ってなかったか
Tit does not equal tat, you know, it's, you know.
ああ、違う。私は吸血鬼だけど、町に根付いている吸血鬼はまた別物よ。
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
あなた、この町に住んでいる人でしょ？なら、最近起きている殺人事件も知ってるわよね。
いや、まあ。
The sudden callback to the familiar news story snaps me out of my worked up state. Somehow, the strange circumstances around these murders seem more real than whatever is happening to me here.
そりゃあ知ってるよ。連続通り魔だろ。もう何人も殺されてる事件で、被害者は血液を抜かれて。
Yeah, thank you, PlayStation. DualShock 4 battery. Yeah, thank you. It's great. The moment I say it, I suddenly realize what the woman is getting at. A very simple conclusion.
そう。私が言ってるのはそっちの吸血鬼のこと。
Yeah.
自分を殺せってあなたは言うけど、私が殺したい相手は今のところそいつだけよ。この殺人犯ってあなたたちにとっても敵なんじゃないの？
Yeah. Just dash, or underscore, that is. My mind is running circles, trying to keep up with the influx of new data. Sure, I get the basics, I understand what she's saying, but on some fundamental level, I feel like all common sense is well and truly left the building.
ほんと、人間って非効率すぎて理解できないわ。
I'm sorry? I guess?
自分たちで吸血鬼の仕業かと言っているのに、誰も吸血鬼退治をしないんだもの。
Well, to be fair,
森が燃えているのに逃げ出さないリスみたい。
To be fair, all the news that are, you know, just calling it a vampire, or not even actually calling it a vampire, just calling it the vampire killer. You know, it's more like, you know, what's the word? I guess glorification almost, rather than like them actually thinking it's a vampire, I guess.
いや、だって吸血鬼なんているはずないだろ。
Yeah. Dissatisfied with my response, her lips purse into a pout. Right. The mysterious creature in front of me did just say she was a vampire as well.
でも、それじゃあ何か。お前はこの町で殺人事件を起こしている吸血鬼を退治してくれるのか
Not for the sake of the humans, for her own personal, you know, thing, but yeah. And you want me, of all people, to somehow help you.
ええ、何しろ予定が大きく崩れちゃって。
That's not bad.
昨日、なぜか見ず知らずの殺人鬼に襲われて殺されちゃったから。あれは参ったな。もう完璧な不意打ちで反撃する間もなく17個に切断されたんだもの。
Yeah.
初めて見ただけの相手を尾行して殺したら満足して去っていくとかどうなの？ほんとひどいなんてものじゃないわ。言い逃れもできないぐらい完全な殺人鬼よね、そいつ。
I mean, yeah, that's fucked up. Shit. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was like yesterday. As much as I'd love to refute her, I'm fresh out of ammunition.
私だってね、 復元するまでは本当にあなたを殺すつもりだったわ。
Understandable.
あんな屈辱を受けたのは初めてだったし、復元しきるのに8割以上の力を消費してしまったわけだし、それより何より本当にものすごく痛かったんだから。あんまりにも痛いから気が触れそうになるんだけど、やっぱりあんまりにも痛くて正気に戻るの。そんな繰り返しを一晩体験した私の気持ちわかる？
No, not really. I'm sorry, but as a human, I don't think I can even begin to imagine what that was like. Yeah, fair enough.
それでね、もう憎くてあなたを探したわ。目的である吸血鬼も放っておいたぐらい、それだけに熱中した。土地の記録からあなたの服装があの学校のものだって分かったのは2時間ぐらい前の話。本当は夜まで待って捕まえようと思ったけど、もう1分だって待ちたくなかった。それじゃあってあそこで待つことにしたの。
So that's why she was waiting for me outside of school. After all that agony, she must have been dying to kill me. But if that's the case...
わからないな。そこまで憎かったのに、どうして俺を許すなんて言うんだ。
You looked pathetic, I guess.
そうね。簡単に言えば時間が経って冷静になったのかな。
I mean, even with enough time to cool your head, I think it'd be reasonable to want to kill someone who literally murdered you. But, yeah, I don't know.
私も力を消費しちゃったことだし、めっためたに殺すよりぐっちゃぐちゃの盾になってもらった方が効率的だなって考えたの。
おい、今よからぬことを口にしなかったか。
Can you really, can you argue? Really? I mean...
そんなこと言った？私。
She's just being frank, you know? I mean...
人のことを盾にするって言った。
Yes. Yes. She also added some pretty unfortunate adjectives to her description. Yeah.
何よ、そんなの当然じゃない。
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
私はあなたのことを許したけど、それは私個人の感情に整理をつけただけだもの。
Yeah, I gotta think about the practicality.
あなたが犯した殺害という行為そのものは、やっぱり気持ちじゃなくて行為で贖うしかないでしょ？
Yeah, I guess.
いや、でしょと言われても。
I expected her to just kill me instead, but being asked to be her meat shield feels like a totally different kind of compensation. I can't exactly pinpoint what the difference is, but I damn sure have a bad feeling about this.
素直なんだか意地悪なんだかわからない人ね。繰り返すけど、私はあなたに殺されたのよ。
Yeah.
想像できないでしょうけど、一度死んでから蘇生するのにはそれなりに力を消費するんだから。
Yeah, it was a lot of blood.
単純に殺されるだけならどうってことなかったわ。でもあなたの切り口は今まで見たこともない切断面で、傷口がつながらないから体を作り直すしかなかった。
Yeah.
その結果、私は生き返るのにほとんどの力を使っちゃったんだからね。
Sorry about that, I guess. She puffs up her cheeks in anger. It's rather comical, but oddly fitting. I guess she'd forgotten about her anger up till now, but explaining the situation is making her relive her fury.
とにかく、今の私は弱ってるの。2晩も経てば回復するだろうけど、その前に襲われたら打つ手がないの。だからその間、あなたには私の盾になってもらうから。
No, it seems fair.
いや、もらうからって何勝手に決めてんだよ。
No, not really.
あなたのせいでこうなったんだから、それぐらいはして当然でしょ？
Yeah, I'm with her on this one. No.
それとも、やっぱり反省なんかしてないっていうの？
I'm trapped by her sincere gaze. She's so unfair. All this talk about regret or the courses of action aside, I'd really rather she didn't look at me with those eyes. If you're calling yourself a monstrous vampire, you really shouldn't be going around staring people down with such pure, honest eyes.
お前な。
I clamp down on the feelings rising in my chest. I regret my actions. I want to atone for them too. Yet my heart keeps warning me that as a human, I should not be teaming up with this woman.
俺は
Yeah? Without any answer at hand, I idly raise my gaze. Uh-huh. Yep. There's Nero, or one part of Nero anyway. In that moment, I see a different pair of glowing eyes staring back at me. My entire body tenses up again. Strength returns to my overtaxed legs, and I force myself up from my seated position into a crouch. The woman, following my gaze, turns to look at what has appeared in the entrance of the alley. Behind her is a panther. Is a creature even more out of place in a human city than the vampire in front of me. The woman looks perfectly calm, but I'm struggling to wrap my head around the situation. Yeah, that's a panther. I know that much. Even a child would be able to tell what kind of animal that is. But you wouldn't see one outside of a picture book or a cage in a zoo. And somehow here I am experiencing just how terrifying the beast is firsthand, all without anything to protect me. Yeah. It stands on 4 lean, powerful limbs. Muscle that seems as supple as rubber yet hard as steel. Its form is far removed from that of a human being. This is a creature built for the sole purpose of hunting its prey. Simply seeing it awakens primal instincts that should have been cast away in the Stone Age. We might both be living creatures, but this panther is in another league. Its superior abilities leave me breathless. It's not something I can put into words. This creature and I can't coexist in the same world, much less communicate with one another. The Black Panther's body measures over 1 meter in length. Even a dog that size could easily take down a human. And here it is, eyeing me and the woman in white. Vicious claws, fangs and all, with barely 5 meters between us.
ねえ、あれ、あなたの知り合い？
It's not with me.
わけあるか！
I can't help but snap back at something so crazy. I'm an idiot. As if taking my voice as a signal, the panther leaps in our direction. No, it's not right. It's running, but it's going so fast I thought it had leaped at us instead. I can't do anything. The black blur's fangs will sink into my shoulder before I even have the time to process its movements. I can see it. I'm keenly aware of how this will all end 1 second from now, but the thought of dodging or moving away doesn't even register. But the blow comes from my side instead. The woman in white shoves me away before the shadowy creature has the chance to bite me. An effortless swipe of her hand is all it takes. At her touch, I'm flung across the alley as easily as someone might throw a ball, and I go crashing into the wall. Ow. Probably hurt. Well, yeah, it's better than having your arm ripped off, I guess. I grit my teeth as I slam into the wall back first. Pain shoots up through my spine. Saving your life? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is she doing? The woman shouts at me. I look up, expecting the beast to have crashed into the wall behind me. Instead, having lost sight of its target, the panther reacts instantly by spinning in the air and planting its feet onto the wall. From there, it leaps at the opposite wall. The creature latches itself to the side of the building. Just as it seems to have found its footing, it turns its glowing gaze at me once more. My breath is still caught after the chaos. The panther pushes off against the wall and leaps at me like lightning falling from the sky. The woman places herself into its trajectory, deflecting the oncoming bolt with a single hand. She's even faster than the panther, her slender frame even more graceful. It's frightening, unnerving even.
ちょっと、私の方が先役だってわかるでしょ？あんまり聞き分けがないと殺しちゃうわよ。
Yeah, Nero, back off, bud. The woman's disposition hasn't changed a bit. As if heeding her threat, the panther cautiously backs away. There's around 3 meters of space between the two of them now. The panther keeps its distance. It must have realized the difference in their abilities during their brief clash. To a human, that panther is no doubt a monster, a beast that could easily slay any human it meets. But that woman is on a whole other level, a monster among monsters, a demon that could easily slay any monster it meets. The panther sits absolutely still as it observes the woman. Even I can tell how badly outclassed it is. The woman must seem like some insurmountable wall when viewed from the eyes of the apex predator.
要件は後で聞いてあげるから、私の邪魔を。
The atmosphere around the woman changes. The panther hadn't rattled her in the slightest, but the very air around her seems sharper than before. Yeah, I wouldn't call them people, but there's no mistaking it. A group of strangers is making their way down the alley. They're walking at a leisurely pace through the dimly lit back street, ambling right in our direction.
ダメだ、来るな！ここには氷が！
I try to tell them a panther is on the loose. Yeah, they don't need your help. But as I do, red currents flash across my vision. I rub my eyes beneath my glasses. Just now see something terrible. They keep coming. They possess neither the feral instincts nor the pride of the panther. They lurch forward, completely disregarding the woman in white, as well as the fact that another few steps forward will doom them. But why would they? These creatures have no brain to think, nor a heart to feel fear. They aren't alive. They can't be. They're engulfed in flame, black smoke billowing from their eyes and mouth, and yet they keep moving forward. They're dead. They have to be. Their hands are outstretched as if they were seeking salvation, but from their fingertips drips a thick oil. The drops of oil splash into tongues of flame as they hit the ground. Even from this distance, I realize that the oil-like substance must be their stagnant blood. Yeah, this is a little concerning. The woman in white focuses her attention on the things before her. 2 of the 3 cadavers reach for her. The last one turns in my direction and leers at me with its burning sockets as I stand there dumbstruck. It's got me. The panther uses the fatally short window to strike. It's even faster than the last time it leaped. I'm still wondering why Nero saves him here. Because obviously this isn't vlogs, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't bother. Like, this is definitely, you know, one of, well, you know, well, part of Nero, but also technically is it is Nero. Yeah. His thing is weird. So, but yeah, I wonder why he decides to help or save Shiki. I've been wondering that since last time. Like, what does it do for him? Because he was just trying to kill Shiki a few minutes ago. So it's like, what is he standing? Maybe, I guess not. Maybe getting on Arcuied's good side, sort of. Maybe, I don't know. This time I didn't even register it moving. The panther bears its weight against me, as if trying to push me over, and runs its incisors down my neck. A tightness grips my throat. There's a constricting sensation at the nape of my neck. It's not my skin, though. The collar of my school uniform is being bitten and pulled. I'm pushed against the wall again. I've been dragged into a dark corner of the alley. The panther roughly presses me into the heaped piles of garbage. I don't think right now it has other things to worry about than your feelings about being treated like trash, okay, Shiki? I mean, what am I even doing? I'm berating the panther as it has me pinned down. But for whatever reason, it decides not to follow through with its attack. But perhaps the beast realizes it has bigger problems to deal with. Perhaps. Hidden behind some of the waste, I sit up and peer over at the woman. The smoldering dead are brave enough to get within 3 meters of the woman, a feat even the panther dared not try. And the moment they do... yeah, it's a bad choice. The very air wails in agony. The burst of wind from the woman's arm slicing through the air cuts through her targets like a bulldozer, leaving not a trace of the 3 bodies. My head hurts. It feels like tiny thorns are bouncing within my eye sockets. A painful red sensation jabbing at me like knives. Hang on. Like it were trying to deny all I'd just seen. Yeah. With a resigned shrug of her shoulders, the woman turns to me. She doesn't look like she holds the slightest interest in the corpses she just eradicated. Yeah. Felt bad, I guess. Sure. The woman boldly walks over to me as I sit half stunned on the ground. The panther is long gone. It must have taken one look at the scene just now and decided it wanted none of it. And that the woman was simply far too strong. Maybe he just planned to use Shiki as a hostage, but when it realized how easily Arcuied dispatched the zombies, it was like, yeah, you know what? Nah, I'm good. Maybe, I don't know. It's a long story. My headache is concentrated behind my eyes. The pain searing through my cranium seems to be throwing off whatever part of my brain controls my speech. What the hell is this woman? Vampire! Yeah, obviously, yeah, okay. What do you mean? The sharp stinging in my head is begging for some sense of normalcy. She's a monster. The out-of-place panther, and those impossible flaming corpses. Even they appear perfectly grounded when compared to her. Through a flick of her arm, This woman made a gust of wind with the power of a tornado. Such a monster couldn't coexist among us frail humans for a second.
私だから吸血鬼だって言ってるじゃない。
Yeah, you did.
あれもしかしてあなた、
Well,
吸血鬼って単語知らない？
well, we do. Well,
ここじゃ一般教養だって聞いたんだけどな。
for such a powerful monster, she's pretty dense. But I can take advantage of this window to force strength into my trembling limbs. That fight just now led her away from the alley entrance. If I run with all my might, I may just have a shot at escaping. Are you sure about that? Sure, you positive? And yeah, she starts moaning, and you're like, oh, wait, what? What do you need? Just as I'm about to start running, I catch a glimpse of her face. For some reason, I suddenly feel calm again. Uh-huh.
おい、どうした？怪我でもしたのか？
怪我なんてそんなのするわけないでしょ。あんな呪いのにやられるなんて考えたこともないわ。でもちょっとまずい展開になってきた。こうなったら是が非でもあなたには盾になってもらわないといけないみたい。
I guess if we must. That's right. We were just talking about that nonsense. Earlier, I thought that she might have been speaking metaphorically about the whole meat shield thing, but now I'm not so sure anymore. She sounds dead serious. She actually wants me to act as her shield against panthers and flaming corpses and who knows what else.
バカなこと言うな、このバカ！
No?
今の見てたろ。俺に何ができるって言うんだ。お前一人の方がよっぽどマシだろうが。
そうでもないわ。今ので本当に空っぽになっちゃったから。あなたたち風に言うと、生きてるだけで精一杯みたいな。
Yeah. Is that how it is? It doesn't look like that at all, but sure. Honestly, I'm half glad that what I just saw was the last-ditch effort, and not something she could shake out of her sleeve at any time. Well, give her a few weeks, maybe. But that's not the issue here.
精一杯とか言われても困る。そりゃできることなら何でもする。
Oh?
でも無理だ。無理だろ、どう考えても。俺にはあんなのを追い払う力はない。悪いけど盾にだってなれはしない。
Well,
嘘よ。あなたは私を殺したのよ。
yeah, see, about that. He was kind of like possessed by like, I don't even know how would you put it? I guess like his deep-seated instincts took over. He wasn't really consciously. Yeah.
そのあなたがどうしてそんな嘘を言うの？
It's not really lying.
殺したってあれは。
When I killed her, it was like I lost myself. I would help her if I could, but the kind of help she's asking for is way beyond anything I can do.
なら私が眠っている間、周りを見張ってくれるだけでいい。
Okay.
それくらいなら問題ないでしょ。
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. I can't help but feel myself weaken before those eyes. This wasn't a choice before, was it? I don't remember this being a choice. Also, she'll definitely murder the fuck out of us if we say no, right? like we're gonna die if we say no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's get a dead end real quick. I can't help her. There's no way. There's no way I can agree to that, no matter how persuasively she looks at me. Women coming back from the dead, Black Panthers, burning zombies, all these supernatural forces are just too much for me.
悪いが、協力はできない。俺はただの学生なんだ。何を期待しているか知らないけど。
Yeah, regular high schooler. Uh-huh.
ただの学生っていうのは見ず知らずの女の子をバラバラに切断しちゃうんだ。
You know, fair enough. That strikes home. My eyes are every bit as abnormal as this woman. But they're not the reason I've ended up here. I could have lived a normal life like a normal human being. If only I'd never met this impossible woman.
違う。俺はお前に出会うまでまともだった。人殺しなんてする気もなかったし、それなりにうまくやっていた。
Yeah?
そうだ。あの時だけが特別だった。俺は確かにろくでなしだけど、それだってお前さえ見かけなければ。
ああ、もううるさい。
Oh, she's using her eyes. The pupils of her crimson eyes flare wide. Instantly, the air around her snaps taut. The feeling she gives off does a 180. I wonder if her glare alone could stop my heart. Probably.
勘違いしないで。あなたは私を殺したの。
Yeah, we did.
本来ならここでその首を引き抜いてるところをあなたが使えそうだから助けてあげているだけだ。
I understood, yep. The world fades into desolate silence. Only her eyes remain. My burning throat and trembling fingers are frozen solid. A chill of terror races up my spine. My animal instincts scream in unison. She is right. I did not understand. This is no woman. This is a killing machine in human form. I can't breathe. Or rather, I realize that breathing would spell my death. A breath, a sideways glance, a finger twitch, anything. If I make the slightest movement, some unimaginably huge presence will crush me like a bug. And that isn't my imagination. It's my instincts showing me my inescapable future. My limbs scream at me to run. Arcuied, we understand. Because I don't want to die. My brain resists with all its might. Because I don't want to die. I'm dead if I don't run. Dead if I do. Dead if I stay still. Dead if I move a muscle. But if I do nothing, this terror will tear my mind to shreds. But if I do anything, this monster will tear my body to shreds. Oh, I see. She's going to kill me whatever I do. My psyche shatters with that realization. Oh! Contradictory flight impulses leave me paralyzed. All I feel is the cold horror of my mind being peeled apart and pulverized piece by piece. My torment stretches on into eternity, and then suddenly, it's over. You good? My knees buckle and I crumple to the ground. Yeah, awkward about that, us, saying no. Yeah, no, we changed our mind. Finally released from her suppressive gaze, I wrap my arms around myself. Thank goodness, I'm still alive. Barely.
どう？少しは自分の立場分かってくれたかしら？
Yeah, I know we got it. If anything, I understand less than ever. Yeah. As I look up at this monster in women's clothing, it's all I can do to stop my teeth from chattering.
できるできないの話なんてしていないの。やるなら生かしてあげる。やらないのなら殺してあげる。
No, that sounds incredibly reasonable, yeah.
ほら、簡単でしょ？私は単にあなたに生きるか死ぬかを聞いているだけなの。
There's potential of death even if we do help you, so I mean, I guess we have a slightly higher chance if we... Okay, yeah. And my voice catches in my throat. But instinctively, I'm already nodding my assent. Yeah. Yeah, no, understandable.
これで契約は成立っと。
Yep. She extends a hand to help me to my feet.
私はアルクエイド。長い名前だからアルクエイドだけでいいわ。
Yeah. Okay.
心素って区分けされる吸血鬼だけど、あなたはなんていう人？
I like how she just goes into, into introductions after, making us shit our pants. That might be the strangest self-introduction I've ever heard. I sigh. Either I've accepted my insane new reality, or I just don't have anything left in me to argue. Oh, so we're just glazing past that? He's saying... He's literally saying the exact same thing he says if we agree normally. Okay. I take the woman's, Arcuied's hand and climb to my feet. She peers at me intently for a moment, then offers her hand again for a shake.
それじゃあよろしくね、シキ。
Yeah, partners.
私を殺した責任、ちゃんと取ってもらうんだから。
Yeah, I'm sure. That look is kinda hot, but whatever. She grins wickedly, her left hand outstretched. I must be the first and last person in the world to be repaying someone for their own murder. Probably. Yeah. But what else am I to do? Against my better judgment, I shake hands with this mysterious vampire, this woman in white. Yeah. I mean, kinda deserved, honestly. A little bit. And here we go, the intro. It's been a couple months since last time. I wonder if this is different or if it's the same as... I think it's the same. Ew. Hey, Vlov. Man, I'm pretty sure I said this in Arcuied's route when this came up. But looking at this makes me really want Ufotable to do a proper Tsukihime adaptation. I guess the biggest issue, though, that would arise from that is, would they do the manga, which, again, I still haven't read the manga, but I'm assuming the manga you still fight Nero as the, like, introductory vampire boss, I guess. Or I guess they could do the manga storyline, but replace Nero with Vlav. I don't know. I feel like they'd have to write an entirely new story. Right. Yeah, this. Yikes. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop there. This is I'm literally recording this on Thanksgiving Day, and I have to have dinner in a little over an hour. So I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, anyway, I'll keep talking for a minute though. But yeah, I wonder. I feel like they would have to write pretty much an entirely new scenario if they were to do the anime, or do another anime, that is. Cause I mean, again, they could just adapt the manga. They could, but I feel like it would have to be adapt the manga and replace Nero with Vlav. I feel like that's the only way that would work. I guess they wouldn't have to. It would just be like people who never played the original but played the remake, and then went and like watched the anime, or like would probably be like, who the fuck is Nero Chaos? Like, the fuck, who is this bozo? So yeah, it's kind of a I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you, if they were to do another anime, right? Like Ufotable did a Tsukihime anime. Would you want them to just adapt to the manga, pretty much, like one for one? Or would you want it to be like an adaptation kind of similar to the manga in the sense that things are kind of mixed together, sort of, but not really? It's again, I still haven't read the manga, so I don't have a really full understanding of how they did that. Even though I've heard it's good. Again, I've been meaning to watch it, or read it. Sorry, read it. I just haven't. But I don't know. It's tough because I feel like it would be easiest on them to just adapt the manga. Rather than having to try and fit Vlav in. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty unlikely it'll even happen. So, yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. We usually get like Type Moon announcement stuff like around New Year's, so maybe in like a month or so we'll get maybe, you know. Again, I doubt it'll be anything Tsukihime related, but aside from maybe the part 2 for the remake coming out in Japan, maybe the part 2 of the remake will get like a release date announcement, at least in like for Japan anyway. I don't expect the second game to release alongside, or to release in English alongside the JP. It'll probably be like a year later. But yeah, who knows? Anyway, sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant there. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time, where we will see this woman get brutally murdered for the second time. Yeah. Anyway, peace.